Hey,
Hi everyone.
welcome to Wicked Game. My name is Lydia, and I will be the DM for this game of D&D. The players are, we have Nikki as a cleric named Sunny. We
I'm
have
drinking
Michelle.
tequila.
We have Michelle as wizard Agatha, and we have Tom as paladin Hiraeth.
Drinking my own tears. Sup, 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 sup.
If you are new here, welcome. We've got a few announcements today, and then I'm going to do a recap so that you have a hope of hell of knowing what's going on in this, the 47th, 48th
48.
session of this game.
Oh, can we not do just one extra
I know the round number is killing
so
me
that
as
it can
well,
be
but
quick?
that time off is important.
Can we just do 20
It is.
more episodes?
um, we've got a lot to get through. Boy, oh boy, we've got a lot to get through tonight. So let's get cracking. If you are not new here, hello again. Pleasure to have you back. If you are a mod, thank you for your service. You guys are wonderful in chat here and in Discord, helping us stay really focused on the game, which is so important. And also, as we've just seen, we've got some incredible people in our community who've been with us for such an incredibly long time. Rooney, we're looking at you. How many months? That's so crazy, right from the beginning. You've been with us for 3 years. Dee, I know you're another one that's been with us for a really long time.
Since
We
podcast
appreciate
days.
the day ones. That's not to say that anyone else is less important, but
No,
no,
it is. It is.
shout out
It is. If you weren't here on the first day, go.
Dead to us. Dead to us.
Go on
We're
now.
only doing this for Dee and Rooney and Sweet. That's it. No one else.
That does mean it's our 3-year to the day anniversary of becoming affiliates.
Wild.
Wild.
Absolutely wild.
Couldn't do it without all of you. And
I can't do it. I don't know.
We're just doing our best. If you love D&D actual plays, you're in the right place. We would like to additionally recommend, as we always do, our dear friends, Dice and a Slice, the D&D podcast with baked goods, where you will hear the dulcet tones of Tom, as well as because he is a player. Sometimes I feel like I need to overly explain that.
Let me just tell you that the session that we recorded this week was an absolute doozy. So you will be able to listen to that in 2.5 years' time. So
Way to absolutely drop kick Alicia. And if you like to visually see the people who are playing, then we'd like to recommend some other heroes who are here on Twitch and they're on YouTube. They are taking a quick break, but all three of these fine D&D content creators, I'm now speaking about us in the third person,
Yeah,
which
that
is
was
weird. We've all got so much stuff in the bank to look at, or to listen to. Just enjoy. Okay, so with all of that absolute fucking nonsense out of the way, previously on the Divisia Sensus, we have been following the adventures of 3 first-year students who are attending a prestigious arcane university called the Divisia Sensus. One is the son of Fey royalty, another is a barmaid, and the last is a good orange boy with a love for speed. I mean racing by speed.
and drugs.
Surprise!
Sonny's been a drug addict all this time. We saw them do their absolute best to settle into this turbulent life at school, where you have to work very hard and you are not promised survival of this course. We saw them discover that Agatha she mistakenly read aloud a forbidden book. This happened 8 months before the start of the course, and it caused a ripple effect that impacted Hiraeth in the Feywild as a child and nearly shattered his family into pieces. We saw Sunny discover the source of his powers, where his powers came from, which was a patron saint who just wants everyone to be at peace with who they are. They saved a woman who'd been imprisoned by her family for 25 years. We saw Sunny punch a child for his own good. We saw people get together. We saw people break up. They made important friends and enemies. They fought beetles with awful faces and werewolves and serial killers, and most importantly, old people with wands. We saw Agatha help with the mistake that she made by contacting the Fae that she hurt through the ethereal plane when she temporarily died, and got the information to Hiraeth so that they could heal them. So actually, when you think about it, we owe a lot to Henry. He is the true...
Nope.
Can we start writing these fucking intros instead of you, please?
They went to a cursed land to retrieve sacred relics and became... So why don't I have it next week? One of you guys write this for me. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself, because you're going to absolutely...
You don't want that.
They went to a cursed land to retrieve sacred relics and became so riddled with corruption that they nearly didn't make it out. We salute you, Sorrowsworn Rat King. Long may you reign. They returned and found that some of Hiraeth's family had come to the material plane to wreak revenge on Agatha and her family, not knowing that the Fae in question was cured and all was well. And in a very dramatic battle, where Hiraeth promised he would let his sister take the throne when the time came, and Agatha saw the lifeless body of her boyfriend, as well as watching her parents die, and a gift of friendship from Hiraeth to Sunny turned the battle from a potential TPK into absolute triumph. The Fae cousin Ingrid was taken and imprisoned pending interplanar negotiations. From there, a lot happened in a short space. I'm not fucking done yet. I'm never going to stop talking. A lot happened in a short space of time. We had resurrections. We had imperial entourage arrive. We had Agatha's family promised anything they needed to rebuild. Their family was given a place to stay at the school. While that happened, Hiraeth admits to Agatha that he told his siblings who wronged them and then did not tell them that the wrong was righted. Agatha came clean to her now living boyfriend that she's now a damn fear. And Sunny started the process of sharing relics with people who might want them.
Oprah.
You get a relic and you get a relic.
Look under your seats.
The ultimate sow the bones. And finally, Ewan Agvi, the good boy, eldest son and older brother of Hiraeth, who was tasked with protecting the Fife Fields, eloped with Agatha's sister to the Feywild to gain God-given approval of his love for this spicy little barmaid and harp player. And they got it. The Fey goddess Mora Penesse likes the match. And so with all of that behind us, Nikki, roll the thing. In the heart of Mar Idia, looking over the glittering city of Solarair, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Epissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you. So,
The bones.
the exact spot that we left last week was the depiction of Ewan and Mel in the temple in the Feywild. Since then, just a few hours have passed. To everyone's great relief, Ewan and Mel have come back. And a colossal amount of shouting has started from Pete and Tracy. But we'll pick up with that in a while. But Nevma and Sunny, seeing that this was now like a family matter, sidestepped out of there. And you start to walk back to school. You had talked a little bit about like wanting to see what the start of those discussions in the SAN were like, and she's going to go via there. If that's kind of all right with you.
Yeah, it was
like,
less about like seeing what the conversation was. It's more about kind of like making her feel like the very beginning, like there's somebody nearby, like even if I'm sat outside the room kind of thing.
Yeah, she really likes that. After all of you have just been through quite a lot, to one degree or another. And as you're walking, you're like, you don't go in through the front entrance. There's like a way to like scooch around and get to the SAN that way, especially as like some people from town go to SAN quite a lot. So there's like a little kind of secondary side entrance for that. And you see Johnny Beanbone on your travels, who like, he is wearing very tiny little sandals, and his feet are very, very small, but he has feet. It's like this big, tiny little feet. Tiny little feet.
How is he standing upright?
Oh, Johnny.
He's had to work with his core a little bit harder. Hey,
Johnny.
Hey. It's been a really, really long time, but it's really good to see you. My God, have you seen the encampments outside the city? There's like military presence outside the city.
No, I could probably guess what that's about, but I didn't see nothing. No, how are you? Are you alright? How are you doing? It's been ages.
Yeah. It's been great. I've just been like getting treatments at the SAN because look, and he like wiggles his toes.
Oh, that's so good. I'm so proud of you, Bird.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. I know that like, I know you wanted that for me as well, but like, I think prom night, that was a big, I know it was obviously it was a bigger night for Agatha, but it was kind of a turning point for me. I feel really good now, and I'm like, my magic is much more potent now as well. I feel
so
like
good.
When you're good in here, it comes out good too.
Exactly.
So yeah, I heard the Emperor's here. Do you know anything about that?
I mean, yeah, but like I don't know what I should and shouldn't say.
Oh, okay. If it's
just, and it's not about you. It's about I don't know who's looking. About who's listening.
Right.
You've got all sorts of magic.
When we're not like, we don't need to like I don't need to like carry my shield on me or anything like that. Like, no. We don't need to be ready for anything.
No, you're all
Okay.
good.
All right.
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad you're, taking care of yourself. I need to talk to you about that the mounted racing thing later, but I'm just a bit swamped at the moment on account of
No. You do what you've got to do. I'm sure I'll see you. Like, it'd be nice to catch up for a drink or something.
Yeah, we'll go get a drink or
Maybe I'll
something.
go down to the Acne. I actually haven't been there.
I tell you what, maybe don't right now. Just a bunch of. They had a fire, so like they're just sorting all stuff out.
Agatha. Oh God, that's tough on Ags.
It is real tough.
That is. She's having a rough year, isn't she?
But
okay.
But they're gonna sort it all out. So it's no like long. It's not really much of a long-term problem. In fact, the Fifields are staying in the school for a bit, which is, on account of their
parents are joining the school.
They're not joining the school. They're just staying in one of the cloisters on account of
All right.
people dropping out and dying and stuff and going missing. So there's space.
God, I bet she's enjoying that, but I would be mortified if my parents came to this school.
Yeah.
They're just not that. They're not that fun.
But you're so much fun.
But they I don't want to, this is what I'm enjoying about this being away from home for the first time, is not having their eyes on me.
No, I get it. And I think that's the same for most, but I think maybe Agatha's the only student from Solaria, so
of course, yeah.
It's not like that, a bit up the road ain't much of a difference than down the corridor, is it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, well, I'll see you in class tomorrow, I guess.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
wait, how did your Golden Griffin Cup thing go?
You know what? We didn't do that. We didn't succeed.
Hey, that's okay. No, there's no such thing as failure, only steps to success.
We might try again before the end of the year. We might try and get a last minute thing in, but
you're cracking up with a cold one already, mate.
That's quick. You've always got to have one in your back pocket ready.
I suppose. Yeah, look, and it's okay if you don't. You've already had such huge breakthroughs this year already. You can't have it all.
Can't have it all.
Save some for the rest of us, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm dying to hear about your Golden Griffin Cup thing, but I've got a skedaddle.
No problem. We'll get a drink or some food or something, and we'll catch up later.
That'd be great. Off he goes. His tiny little feet. Yeah, and the going to the sand, you've sort of it's pretty relaxed. It's not like it's not a big dramatic thing. She's already she talks to you a little bit about how she has been kind of fitted in for a sort of long-term treatment session that had to kill your dirtbag dad, which actually is it's a therapy program which is actually more common.
They've got leaflets
than you'd think, and it's a really good program, and they're very like, the thing that's nice for you to observe in the way that you do by her side, sometimes with her, sometimes just sort of letting her go off and grab something, is that they want to encourage this as much as possible. People don't like going to the sand. It makes them feel uncomfortable, right? Because it's the worst possible situation. Cracking is the worst possible thing to happen at school. But actually they're like, please come. And they're like, it's so good that you came. And they like point to these posters up on the wall that have like unresolved trauma equals, and then pictures of like liches and banshees and crones and stuff. It's like, resolve your trauma or you run the risk of horrendous lichen.
I'm fully taking that for shit posters. I'm just saying.
Have it. It's all yours. And she's got a couple of like things about trying to help her sleep a bit more, and also she is seeing Mistress Yugros every day, and she's taking one of her clubs away and replacing it with more therapy and meditation and things like that, that's going to kind of help her feel better. And it's kind of cool and joyful, and she's really pleased.
I think Sunny especially like throws himself into helping with the meditation thing, because that feels less like getting involved, but also something that he does and is good at. And
yeah, you slept through many a lots before you quit it.
It's so easy for Sunny to just switch off.
Yeah. So, Hiraeth.
Oh, we can carry on with Sunny for a bit. It's fine.
You don't have time to tarry too much at this dramatic thing that happens, because you do have to get back to get ready for the second leg of these talks.
Yeah. Does do they get back before I leave, or?
Yes, they do. They come. They're basically, Ewan didn't want to spend any time in the Feywild. He understands about the time difference. The most important thing he could do is get that approval and come back immediately.
Okay.
I
think I just give him a big hug and say I'm proud of you, and
his face like lights up. He is under attack currently from 5 fields, but he just sort of he is sort of letting it happen as he's having this like moment with you, and he kind of like looks at you and is like, I want to I know that this feels like rash and everything, but I'd love to sit down with you soon. I don't know how long it is that I know you're busy and I just threw a bomb and everything, but I'd love to chat before I go.
I'd like that. I like that a lot. Go and spend some time with your future family.
Yeah.
I think I look at Agatha when I say that, and sort of do like a tentative smile. Like Hiraeth hasn't known how to act since the news came out, and is, doesn't want to lose. It just gives her like a tentative smile in your direction, and kind of.
You get her like an almost confused smile back.
Yeah.
She's still reading through everything.
Yeah, and I leave.
And much as I would love to describe the scene that's currently happening, we are going to plow on with Hiraeth's moment.
We can all imagine it. It's just a lot of Essex yelling.
There is quite a presence of Imperial guards in the school. That first like leg of talks was so sudden that it was important that the entourage got there and started talking. But now there's time for a more appropriate level of security to happen in school. And also the school is like abuzz with rumors about what's happening. When you go to approach the room, you see a couple of people like talking conspiratorially by the door to the head. I mean, there's 2 guards there as well, but in the corridor there are 2 people like talking conspiratorially. One of which was in the room before, and I don't think you ever got introduced to properly, but is Matthias Udal, Prince Matthias. And the other is a student you've seen around with very long flowing flame hair. And they're like talking, and there's like a little bit of like, not like they're not fighting, but there's like sibling argy-bargy that's happening. And then they see you and like straighten a little bit. And this female fire genasi comes forward and goes, all right, I probably should have like said hello or something before, but my name's Moira, and I just sort of, I'm not gonna, don't know if I'm gonna be in there, but I just thought I'd say hello, and I know you're having lots of difficult talks and stuff like that, and I just thought I'd touch base or whatever. Sorry, because I'm the daughter of the Emperor.
Oh, you're Moira. Oh, okay. Well, sorry. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to meet you.
I don't know if you like met or whatever, but this is my half brother, Matthias.
Hi, Matthias. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I can only apologize about that this is the way that we're meeting, but
he's so fucking dramatic. Like, I just, I didn't know if I know you got to get in, but if you wanted, I was just getting caught up, and like, if you wanted to pick my brain about anything before you went in. It's like doing a thing where she keeps flicking her thumb, and like a little fireball comes out of it as it happens.
I love it so much. I mean, honestly, I could ask about 1,000 questions, but I'm not sure we have time. How do you think this goes? Speaking as another child of a ruler.
Well, he's a twat, isn't he? And Matthias is like, Moira, no, he like, stop it. And she's like, well, all right, he's not that bad, but he doesn't want war, so he's gonna splish splash that word around a lot. But no one wants war. He knows that the Fae are too powerful. He's not but he's not a warring person. He's not a violent person. He likes to read books on philosophy. That's his favorite thing. And he so
okay.
But he does also feel like he's, I mean, I don't know, because I give him a wide berth as much as possible, but he is sort of speaking for not just the Iridian Empire, right?
Right.
You know all of this. I'm saying stuff that you already know, but
no. Look, I appreciate it. Sometimes I wish I was someone else, and better at philosophizing and. But listen, I'm very glad that I got to meet you both. And thank you for the opportunity to speak to you.
Roll persuasion.
It's okay. It was a 10 on the dice. What is my persuasion? 18.
She sort of looks at you and with her head cocked a little bit. Look, pay him the do all the bowing and scraping off the bat, but then talk to him like, then don't stay formal. I think, like, not really relaxed, but whenever I'm in trouble with him, I don't speak to him like an emperor. I don't think he likes it that much. I mean, he likes being an emperor, but he wants people to speak to him like an intelligent person,
Okay.
He wants to reason. He likes to negotiate, likes the push and pull. He likes to work out what's fair.
Okay. I have to be honest. I've been walking on eggshells slightly. This is not my forte necessarily. But
It would be as well. It's a big thing. You're holding a lot, you know.
yeah.
I'll do what I can. I'll do what I do best, which is defacing public property. That's what I'm going to go and do now.
Hey, to be fair, I have dabbled myself. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Your father's statue in the
Oh my God. Really?
that was.
Yeah. I've drawn a lot of knobs on his head over my time here for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I tried to be, it was something from me to from my plane to yours, but I feel like I won't say that to him, that I threw pigment all over his statue. I will.
Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I have glued a lot of dildos to that statue.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, I would really like to speak more.
Yeah.
After this,
Yeah.
if that's okay. You seem like a lot of fun.
I try.
And Matthias, thank you as well for being here.
He's much more stoic and like a bit concerned about this conversation that's just happened.
I think as soon as I remember that Matthias is there, I go, shit. And thank you. You have my thanks too. And I will see you in there.
That's all right. Yeah, I'll see you in there. I mean, I'm not talking much because that's not what I'm here for, but
Yeah.
good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you go back into the Hetwan suite.
Yep.
In the room is the Emperor, the Queen, Lady Morluen, Mrs. Cremata, and yourself. All the appropriate dues are done. We don't need to do that again.
Yep. Thank God.
And the Emperor opens up the discussions again. Much has been said, and little has been agreed upon. As far as I know, we still have 2 unclipped Fae in my land. And still, I do not speak to any rulers of the Feywild, but a child. But I have decided to return and continue these talks in the hopes that you will bring me something that really means something to the people of Druasance. As Emperor of Iridia, I speak for all the known world on the material plane. And it kind of sits back, arms crossed, waiting to hear what you have to say.
With all due respect, you do speak to a child, but that child speaks with the full power of Dawn Province. For the entire jurisdiction of Dawn Province. Now, as someone who has been living in your plane for quite some time now, I would hope that I am correct in saying that neither the Feywild nor the material plane wish for war. This will not happen with either of our consent. Lydia. I think Hiraeth looks down for a second and says, you wish for assurances of peace, and you wish for public recompense. My cousin, because she is my cousin, made grave mistakes without the full knowledge of what had happened. Those mistakes were costly, and those mistakes ended with the deaths of some of your people. I agree that there should be punishment, but that punishment cannot be death. There has been too much already. And all it will do is sow the seeds of dissent, sow disgruntlement. So you need assurance that will not happen. Wow, I don't know whether this is Lydia. This is what I was afraid of what would happen, is that I've had a week to think about this and I'm scared, Lydia. Whereas I was so ready to do it at the end of last week. I think Hiraeth says, you need something public, a way to show Dawn Province's contrition. What if I stayed here, clipped, as a ward of Meridia, of the Iridian Empire? I would be under your protection, and in turn, my safety would ensure, and I sort of look at him when I say safety, would ensure no retaliation.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage because you still haven't slept.
Yeah. It's a fucking nat 20, Lydia.
And?
Okay. It's a 10.
So it's another 18?
18.
There's silence for a long time. He looks at you. You can see Lady Morlowen like fidgeting in her seat with anxiety about what you've just said. And the person who breaks the silence is actually Mrs. Cremata, who says, Your Imperial Highness, might I have a... And he just like whirls on her and booms, Mrs. Cremata, you followed us here under the guise that your son had been killed by them. Go to your son. And she goes absolutely beetroot red and turns and walks out of the room. and his eyes go back to you. This is interesting, that you would sacrifice your homeland for peace. You know that certainly at first it would not. And then he kind of looks around at this stuffy room and says, walk with me. I don't know this fine city of mine very well. I would like to know it more. I will disguise myself for the sake of safety, but I want to know your character firsthand, and I can't here.
Okay.
Your teachers have many good things to say about you, but I want to know for myself.
It would be my honor.
And he stands and you walk out, and as you hit the door, he has already changed himself to look like a bugbear with wearing a long scarf. And you walk side by side out of the school. And it is for you essentially to weave him around the bits of this like place that you know well.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Awesome. I think
I've got a spanner in the works to put you off with it.
You know where I take him? I think I take him around the sort of little sort of corridor that I got taken by the half elf ages ago. That took
oh yeah, to the little alleys and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nothing like the whole point is like I'm not taking him anywhere particularly sort of special, like if that makes sense. Like it's
I'm taking him to the vampire diner.
But I think honestly, I think that's kind of the point is Hiraeth takes him to all of the places, not that some like the mayor of this city would take him going, look at this fine place that we have in honor of you. Hiraeth takes him to all of the places that he's kind of fallen in love with about this place, like all of those like stupid little places, like you know, a part of town where where like the ankle slitters sort of came around, or like you know, it's little bits like that I think I take him to.
I think he you talk about everything except for the subject at hand. He talks about, you know, as you're pointing stuff out, he talks about what he loves about the Iridian Empire, what he inherited, you know, the state of things that he inherited, and what he's wanted to do. And he is, you know, you well, roll insight. Why am I giving you everything? So
I'm okay with you giving me stuff. That was a fucking nat 20.
Okay, great. Perfect.
25.
Emperor Julian II is, here's what you glean from your conversations with him. Moira's right. He is like a philosopher emperor. He is not like, he would not, he doesn't like violence. He's trained in it for sure, and he, you know, he's a good warrior, but he abhors violence and needless death. He's also, though, not like his mother, who was the great peace giver. He is also kind of, I think this is what a natural 20 gets you. He doesn't say it outright, but what you read between the lines is he's also kind of a party animal.
Why is Hiraeth going, oh, maybe if I become a Ward of the Vale, I can have a new dad? I don't mean that. I feel instantly bad. I feel instantly bad.
You do connect with him because there is something kind of fey about him. He is a passionate person by nature. He's a changeable person by nature. He's he has a hedonistic element to his personality. And the reason why he rules very well is because he delegates to people that he trusts. Now, in turn, would you tell me what kind of things, because what he wants to hear from you, but you are always welcome to hold anything back.
Yeah.
But you sense that he's trying to extract from you what your upbringing was like, what you are like as a person, what your family is like as a person, what the Feywild is like, and because he wants to know exactly what it is that you're sacrificing.
Yeah. I think I tell him about the sort of right to the throne. I tell him about my mother and how all I ever wanted to do was protect my province with the entirety of my existence, and in turn protect the person who is on the throne. I quite honestly, if he's sort of coming to me with like stories, I am quite honest and quite frank about the fact that I never saw myself. I never pictured myself on the throne. I just pictured myself with a family, with my family and being around my family. But I discuss with him the kind of the tricky situation. I feel like it's not really pandering to, but will have been told in social studies kind of class about the siblings of like the children of the emperor are all vying for the throne, sort of doing these kind of enormous sort of deeds to try and be the next emperor themselves and all of this kind of thing. And I think it's not me kind of going, we're the same. It's more just me saying, like, I understand that this is the situation that both monarchies or both rulings are sort of like a part of, and that actually realistically all I want and all I've ever wanted was to protect those that I care about, and to do what's right. I think I sort of admit that a lot of the time I make mistakes, but I always try to kind of rectify them as best as I can, and I will always learn from them. And I think at some point, I say, and look, if I may be frank, if this is something that you do wish to take into account, of course, it is not my place to tell you how long I stay. But what I do know is that Dawn Province will have a leader, regardless of whether I am there or whether I am here. And if my being here does my home good, then the sacrifice of not seeing it again is more than enough.
Roll persuasion one last time. It would be an advantage, but it's cancelled out.
So just flat roll.
Flat roll, please.
That was an 11 on the dice.
So that's a 19.
I don't know whether that's good enough, Lydia.
You're strolling. He's explained that the reason why he's taking this takes this form, which he sometimes does to walk around in public, is that one of the things that sets Iridia apart is they truly embrace one and all. If you can abide by the laws of the land and make a life, then you are an Iridian. And that he is proud to have a huge population of the Iridian Empire be races that that say the Khotan Empire don't really embrace, or the Hosiag wildlands, which is goblins and bugbears and hobgoblins and those races that are considered monstrous. And then he turns to you and sort of reiterates, those that can abide by the law, by our laws and our way. Take me to this, what was it, a meadery?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Okay. And I take him there, and I think on the way, I think Hiraeth is in a state of kind of full martyrdom right now. Do you know what I mean? Like he's in that state of like, okay, I can't actually think about what I'm doing too much right now, because if I do, I'm not sure I will be able to do it. So instead, he talks about the sort of escapades that have happened within the walls of the Meadery, within the walls of the Apennine. Like
some of the nights out that you've had? Some
of the nights out. I talk about Agatha's birthday. I talk about, I talk about like glancing over a lot of the actual sort of crime elements. I talk about.
We found an arm.
Yeah, we all sort of like helped sort of solve a crime by hiding in the basement and discussing things. I talk all about Pete's mead and all of my favorite flavors of Pete's
sausage
mead.
rolls.
Sausage rolls. I talk about the sausage rolls and just about just everything. You know, I talk about Shane and his sort of tavern and how the family have taken him in.
He's very interested in that story of Shane, for sure. He thinks of that as like the spirit of his people, of like finding continuing to pursue the thing that you love in spite of terrible events.
Yeah.
And of course, you go in to down that little alleyway. There is still quite a lot of like fey foliage climbing the walls, and you are met with Ewan still being thrashed with a tea towel by Tracy, and sort of it's still kind of chaos. You know, you have Pete having strong words with Mel, who is going, but Daddy, I'm going to be a princess of a magical place.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Isolde is like sitting with her, on a chair with her legs crossed, just watching kind of smugly. with some bodies around her. She's like waiting to be ready for the next attempt at like resurrection. And of course, you walk in with a bugbear.
Yeah, yeah. I've just realised that I might have been able to, call ahead or something like that to make it seem like it was a
This is
better
what he
place.
wants. He wants to see. He
Actually,
doesn't want to be. Yeah, this is what he's looking for.
like I think that thought goes through my head, and then I go, you know what? Actually, no. This is what made Hiraeth fall in love with this place and like this family. Like it makes sense. It makes sense that this is kind of what he would want.
What's kind of important though is to know, Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're still there with Kai? I think in my imaginings you are, but it's up to you how much you think you're fitting into that day.
I think
it's been like an hour and a half since we left off.
Then I think they're still there. But Agatha said they were going to leave half an hour ago and just keeps coming back with like, right, and another thing, where are you going to live? Like, this is crazy. And like, do you really love her? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you've only known each other 2 days. And there's then when Tracy's getting too much, going, all right, mum, don't like yell at him too much. Like,
there's like as you like quieten your mum, who, Ewan is standing very tall. He's covered in soot because the tea towel that she's been thrashing him with is really dirty.
She's just trying to wipe it off, but then hitting him with another tea towel she's found.
He just keeps looking at you going, it's all right. I'd rather she did it. And then when there's like even the tiniest of lulls, Ewan just says, forgive me. The moment I saw her, I knew she was the other half of my heart. And Mel goes, I'm the other half of his heart. And he sort of continues, I would have been anything she wanted me to be, but this morning she spoke to me of returning my feelings, and I took a reckless action to find protection for us. This, and he lifts her hand gently, and she has this like ring of glowing starlight like beaming out from her hand. This Kai's like, all right, fuck. This is
starlight.
This is our shield. I know this place, in this place, like devotion and marriage is signified with a rope, and I'll honor all of your traditions, but for royalty, where I'm from, when we have gained the approval of More Epinese, we capture something of the font sign and we put it in a ring. And with this ring, I show my lifelong commitment to Melina Fifield and the Fifield line. I did take advantage of the position that you granted me, and it was so soon after a terrible event, but you got to see my like intentions. You got to see that now.
Can I insight check now? Sorry.
Yes, of course. Yeah. No one can break us apart now. I'll never be Lord Pater of the Dawn Province, but my position will mean that Melina never wants for anything, nor our children or our children's children. What did you get?
21.
What do you like?
Like, I think Agatha's seen Mel like this really isn't new, I don't think, to Agatha.
Because she's been with other people in the past.
She's been with other people come in and been like, I love her, and vice versa. She's been like, I'm gonna go marry him, and it's or like she's playing a part because Agatha wants to see if Mel really does love him back, or if she's like, he's a prince. Fucking A.
with a 21, she is shook by Ewan.
Oh, okay.
You know, she is insufferable.
Yeah,
she's going to be almost unbearable to be around.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, you know, and of course there is absolutely the element that she's going to be a princess of a magical land.
Yeah.
But also it's not, she's not faking it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for position. She would do that 100%.
Yeah, right? Like, that's not crazy for Agatha.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if a prince that was in the shape of a toad came up, she would go, absolutely, I don't know who you are, but let's do that.
Yeah.
But she looks at Ewan and she looks a bit more like there's something that's slightly more grown up about her.
Okay, cool.
And as you're kind of doing this and you're sort of thinking about it, you see that Hiraeth has like arrived with a bugbear at his side.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How is it going? I see Ewan is slightly more besmirched than last I saw him.
Yeah, he's getting a tea towel. It's what he deserves, right?
Absolutely.
They're winding the tea towel already.
Absolutely, and I wink at Ewan.
Do you support this? Like,
I mean, the mother has willed it, and she's endorsed the pairing. There's not much more I can say. Has it taken me by surprise? I'm sorry, Mel, but yes.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Look, we're family now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But like, nobody's answering me. Like, what is Mel gonna go live in the Feywild now?
We'll figure it out. Maybe maybe I will go and live in the Feywild.
All right, then go live in the Feywild then.
All right, maybe I fucking will.
This is my friend I have met.
Hi, sorry.
Hello, my name's Lenny.
Hi, Lenny. I'm Agatha. Nice to meet you.
I realize this is a strange moment to me, but I was just taking a walk with Hiraeth, and I just
I figured I would bring one more person to the Abbey. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not in the best state, I'm afraid, but you should come back when it's fixed, maybe.
I really think you should. It's quite a thing.
And I understand that some, you know, it was a difficult event. Is everybody doing okay?
Yeah, but like, all things considered, we're all right. I just glance over at the body throughout this. I was like, she's working on that. Yeah, I think so. Can I ask a question? Do you have any siblings?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got a great many siblings. Yeah.
All right. What would you do if one of them suddenly decided they were getting married to someone they just met?
It's something I know about well.
Oh.
And my experience of it is that you, if it's a good match and they're going to be happy and secure and looked after, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Good marriages aren't always built on years and years of experience. Sometimes you've got to take a leap of faith. Mel's like,
all right, you always leap.
Everyone's still got 15 passive perception, right?
Yeah.
Mine is actually 45.
Is it? Oh,
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, you are kind of seeing subtle hand movements from Isolde, who looks at this bugbear friend of yours.
Can I? Do I still have like a connection in?
Yeah.
I
You don't struggle to make a psychic connection to either of your siblings.
Great.
If they're on the same plane as you.
I think I look at her and say, "Be on best behavior."
Isolde stands, walks across the ruin of the tavern, and looks behind what was the bar. And it takes a little while people are talking, but eventually she finds a bottle of something that wasn't broken and wasn't burnt. And she looks to the Five Fields and goes, I wonder if I might purchase this from you. And she lays down some coin on the bar, and she opens it and she just pours out drinks for everybody and hands them out, and then stands in silence. To family.
Oh my God, the family.
To family. That almost got me.
And you have that drink, Hiraeth. You leave with the Emperor. And when you get, he's kind of quiet. You go back to school, and he sits down with you. And the people have gone, so it's just you and him in the Heton suite now. I accept your offer. You will be in my court, in the imperial court, for the rest of your life. My successor will look after you. Their successor will look after you, and so on. If someone from the Feywild causes violence in this place, you will pay the cost. And in return, your people can punish your cousin as they see fit. It will be remembered what they do. Make no mistake. But I like you. I do not have people in my court I don't like. You'll be treated well.
You have my thanks and my people's thanks. I will assure that the peace is kept. I think just a tear rolls down his face as he says it.
He, as soon as it's like done, this big smile cracks onto his face, and he puts his like arm out to shake. And he goes, "You're going to love it. We have the season coming up, which I think you're going to love. It's chaos and it's wonderful. There is much feasting and merriment. Maybe we will even find you a spouse. How about that?"
Maybe.
And you like clutch arms, and
Yeah.
paperwork is drawn up, and the deal is done. Oof. Okay. Next on the order of business.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, I'm trying to go through. If there's anything that anyone wants to do, you've got to speak up. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I think Agatha would have sent Kai away and been like, "This is a family thing," before like Hiraeth turned up. So it's probably just trying to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, he kind of waits for you. He goes, "I understand," and then when you realize that you need to go back, and your family, it's like time for them to get their next meal at the school or whatever, you all start to walk back, and you find that he's just sitting on a bench out in the street.
Oh.
And you all walk back together. And as you're walking back to school, you see Mrs. Cremata sitting on a bench outside the front of school. She looks very small and very sad. Her ash hair, her power suit's looking a bit crumpled.
Oh no. I just look at Kai.
Kai like looks at her and looks and sort of is like, "Do you want to come?" You sort of look to your family, who are like, "We're gonna go and get his dinner."
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, I've eaten. Thanks. It's good. Go.
And you go to where she sat, and this is not the right music. This is too grand. What is right? What is exactly right, though?
What's she gonna say?
I know. Well, it's just there's too many. I don't think it's choir moment, no. Is what I mean. But I've got a good list in front of me. Okay. She looks up at Kai, and like tears are like sitting in her lids as she looks at him. And she just says, "My son, I had such high hopes for you. I dreamed of the year when it would be your season, and you might be the diamond, that you would do so much for our name, my boy. But the boy I sent away is gone, and you seem to wish for mediocrity."
I'm gonna fight her.
She seems genuinely heartbroken, and you feel a breeze.
Oh, no.
And he looks to you. What expression do you have when he looks back at you?
I think at one point it would have been like she would have taken all that really personally, but I think she's just grown so much, and after all she's been through, she knows she's anything but mediocre. So I think all that is left is kind of pity and sadness for this woman who can't see how great her son is. Beyond what he can provide for their family name. So yeah, I think it's a look of like, don't go too hard on her, like she's still your mum kind of thing, but also let rip.
He sees that you're not upset, but that you're giving him like space. And he turns back. Mother, I'm sorry to have caused you pain, but I really hope that you hear this. What you pine for is the life that you never got. If you force it on me, you will make me half a man. In the year that you believe that I have strayed from your path, I have exorcised the ghosts of your unlived youth. I have been small, so small, but authentic, an authentic person, finally. I have learned humility. I have begun to learn who I am. And I have listened to that man, that timid voice of a man. And I will protect him from your machinations. This woman, this powerful, intelligent woman has taught me so much. If she had been the daughter of a patrician, you would have loved her. Loved her. The fact that you still look down on your nose at her, shame on you. I will continue on my road of healing and becoming a better person, becoming the person that Da'an or Nakese or hell, even I see fit. And one more thing. I will start to listen to you again when you tell me of my origins. We can talk again when you tell me about my birth. And he turns around and he takes you by the hand and he walks away.
Just as we're walking away, I go, one more thing. My sister's marrying a fake prince.
She just gets even smaller on that bench. And you're gone. You are gone.
I will like walk like head proud, and as soon as we're like round a corner and I earshot, I'm just like, oh my god, you're right. No, that was yeah, no, you did that was great. Like, you're firm but fair.
Do you think she'll cut off my allowance? I mean, it's fine if she does, but it'll be such an adjustment.
If she cuts off your allowance,
we should spend all my money immediately.
No, we shouldn't. We should save it in case she cuts off your allowance.
It would be sensible, for God's sake. Right.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, she'll come around, won't she?
Perhaps.
Look, she wanted you to be. I'm not like taking her side, but I can understand that she had plans for you, and unfortunately, I think a lot of parents don't realise that when they have children, we grow up and like get our own minds and stuff. So that's a difficult thing to understand if you leave it this late in life to understand that, you know. She just has to understand that, you know.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, well, like, what about your dad and stuff? Would he cut you off?
He will do what she says.
Okay. All right. Well, so you get cut off. Doesn't matter, right? Like,
it'll be great. It will be fine.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Like, I'm sure she won't cut you off. We can maybe look at getting a job or something. No. This is too soon.
All
right.
Maybe we just. I'm going to need to.
You're gonna go lie down.
Well, I was actually thinking about opening a bottle of something, but
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I'm proud of you though.
Thank you. You and your family have had dinner. One by one, all of you find your way back up to Cloister Dodecker.
Mhm.
Hiraeth, you as well. That includes you. And, you know, a bottle of something is opened. Maybe even the Fifields are there for a little drink, a little tipple before they go back to their cloister, which is, I wrote this down, Dio.
Yeah, this is the like one of the times Agatha's like, no, please don't be here. This is weird. You're in my space.
You just cheers it, and then they're away.
Well, off you go.
And it's just Cloister Dodecker. Sunny cheersing a mango.
He does drink alcohol.
He's just like hollowed out the mango and put alcohol in it.
Hiraeth just says, Sunny, Nevma, how has your day been? Give us good news.
I saw a beanbone.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's doing all right.
You should go find him. His toes are really creepy. They won't stay like that for very long, but like it's amazing to see tiny little feet.
He's got little like half feet at the moment because like they're growing back.
Oh,
but he's okay.
Smaller than the palm of my hand.
Oh my goodness!
How does he stand up?
He's doing all right.
It's so cute.
Like stilts.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
He's and the problem is because he's got to keep him aired out. He's wearing flip flops, so like little sandals, so they're just out for all to see.
Does he have little sandals or like normal size flip flops?
If he wears
they're like children's sandals. Yeah, they're children's sandals.
You can't wear little ones, otherwise they'll slip off. Like,
do they even flip and flop?
What?
Do they even flip and flop?
They flip and they flop. Yeah.
But just like
they don't have it.
But like little flips and flops, not more like full size flip flops.
Right. Okay. Oh God, no. That was awful.
What about some questionable news instead?
I'll take questionable.
Oh, basically the other day, all of the paintings from prom arrived. I hid them in my room so you didn't have to see them when we were like going through it, Hiraeth. But I was thinking like, momentum and all those things, just sort of like rip the Band-Aid off. But because what I don't want to have is 6 copies of the painting in my bedroom.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Hey, I'll take it. It's a memory.
So you have one of the group shot, and everyone then also got couples pictures. So you'll have to. I think actually it probably be. No, you would have got because they were paid for by one of you guys.
Yeah.
So you would have Hayes's copies of the painting as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just when the other day when everyone was really tired and we got in, I was like, I don't want you to stumble in like knackered and seeing them. But like I thought, it sounds like you've had a day, so why don't we just rip the Band-Aid off, get it done with now, and you can have a lot to drink and just wake up and deal with stuff in the morning.
I appreciate that. I should probably take hers as well. At some point.
That? Or do you want one of us to do that?
It's fine. It's.
You want us to? Are you going now? Do you want us to have you come with you?
Oh, God's no, absolutely not.
I don't think now's a good time.
No, it's. Look, it's the right thing to do to go myself.
To do what?
To go and
go yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your day?
Yeah.
Are we going to war?
No war.
Wait, that's what you are talking about.
Yeah.
Didn't they want to meet like the Fifields, the victims? I thought they were going to bring in the Fifields to like speak on behalf of the victims.
Oh no, no. And I look at Agatha and I say, no, he came to see. Came to see the Ebony.
Did he?
I think Agatha's putting two together. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Right.
I think
Well, look, that's his fault. I didn't know.
Look, I think he liked it. I think he was happy with what he
I
saw.
was yelling so much.
I know.
why was you
I know.
yelling?
Oh,
Because of the
God.
no. I think I can't remember, but I think we were there for that part.
You
We
were there.
Yeah, we were there.
You were, because you thought you might have to fight again, so everyone
Yeah.
everyone came fully armed up.
Yeah.
It's been a day. It's
And
been
then
a
I
day.
asked Isolde what she was even still doing here.
Yeah.
I
You nearly started a fight with her. That was kind of fun. Ballsy, but fun. But not really fun because I was scared.
She's hanging around like a bad fart, you know?
Not for much longer.
She's
Thankfully.
just waiting to res those other guys,
Yeah.
I think.
But no, no war.
Great
Spoke
job.
through the night. Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
I also spoke to just pretty much everyone that would want to know about it, about the artifacts and stuff to do with the Golden Griffin Cup.
Right.
Any
Basically
news?
like crazy magic, and they're like, never seen nothing like it, and like, you know, they need to be like cleansed and stuff. And then I was saying about how I wanted to send maybe like the bones over to the Khotan Empire for Kimber's followers over there, and then basically I suggested that maybe the school doesn't officially have anything to say or do on that stuff because it might be seen as like an international incident, so we might have to smuggle some bones over some, or maybe not us, maybe we can pay us some smugglers, but like I need to...
Oh, that's fine. I'll do it. It's easy.
What, smuggling?
No, taking it over the blood in the sands.
No, I think maybe they can like do. There's another way or something. You know,
Yeah.
we can ask Koji maybe if Koji knows someone.
Yeah.
Koji would know someone. You know, they probably.
Is like Kimber happy? Like, where does Kimber want her
If I'm honest, I've been mostly letting her rest, both sort of like magic. I was going to say physically, but I mostly mean like magically and also kind of emotionally, because like I can't imagine that was easy. You know.
Oh yeah, I just think it's
seeing
worth
all
like
that
having
stuff
a
and then being asked to do like a whole bunch of resurrection-y stuff, like, you know, I think it's okay if she has like a day or so off.
Oh yeah, of course. I just, we should take her thoughts.
No, yeah, but like she was saying, she's got followers over there, and I think that like if that helps like propagate the you know, the kind of the word, then I think it's worth doing. You know, I think, who knows? It could be, like I was saying before, this could be the start of, you know, a return to Mythenfold or something. You know, could be all sorts.
Don't breathe new campaign names into existence, Nikki.
Wrath of the Mythenfold.
Wrath of
Next
Mythenfold.
campaign, the return of Mythenfold.
And Nevra's been doing great stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I did a bunch of talking to Mistress Yugros, but also I've been going through your notes, Agatha. That shit is crazy. And yeah, because we're going to need to like do our presentation for Miss Philos, aren't we? So.
Oh my god, when is our when do we have to do a presentation?
Probably beginning of next term, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So a few weeks.
Oh my god, that's not enough time.
Also, in between then, we need to talk about their big race.
Yes.
Because you guys are helping me, because I've got to like got to do like pit stops for Dilla and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. What do you need?
Maybe we come to one of your club when it's a club we can come and like
We'll do
learn.
like I can show you guys what's going on and all of that stuff, and like I like it. It might get boring for a bit because you might just be standing around for a long time, and also
Hey.
I might need a group of people to do 2 sections, so you might need to do the first bit and then run to the end. Although I don't know if you're going to outrun us, so maybe that's not.
I'm kind of fast now.
Yeah, but you're not
Shortcuts though.
faster than
Aren't you going in
Dylan.
a big circle? We can just like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we run across.
that's true. Yeah, it's a big
And
circle.
hey, you've got haste. You can always haste.
I can't haste me.
No, not you, but for instance, Gerald. And we speed over.
Speed over.
But hey, bud, nothing is more important than us helping. You don't need to say that it's going to be boring. It's not going to be boring. We're going to help you.
No, I'm not saying it because I don't think you're going to want to do it. What I'm saying is it's going to be a lot of it is going to be waiting around. But when it happens, you need to be fucking eyes on, ready, 100% focused. And there's going to be no pre-warning. I'm just going to show up, and then we need to do it, and then I'm gone. So like, it's more a case of it's going to be mentally draining because you've got to be switched on, ready for any moment.
Like, but what if we had locate object on, then we could like sense you coming.
There's
Okay,
that.
Hands up, who here can cast that spell?
Wait.
I'm lying. I can't. Maybe I can.
You can. I feel like you've done that one before.
I can.
I could learn it.
I can also message maybe when I'm close, but like that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
We'll do a big
These
practice.
are all strategies, yeah.
Yeah, we can figure it
Do a
out.
big practice.
Yeah.
Do a practice. But what you're not allowed to do is interfere with any of the other racers and stuff. At least, well, crucially, what you're not allowed to do. First rule is you're not allowed to get caught. That's first rule.
Right. Sneaky.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Good to
wait,
know.
I didn't say that. All I said is you're not allowed to get caught.
Right.
And then there's all the subsequent rules, right?
Right. Okay. I have lots of questions. They can probably wait till another day.
Why
But
don't we save some questions for Mistress Crank, unless they're naughty questions, in which case we can talk after we've spoken to
Yeah,
Mistress Crank.
because it's like you can't interact with other
No,
people.
you
but
can.
What if you I can interact with
No, you
other
can't
people.
interact with the other racers.
No, but what if I interact with the ground?
Interact with the ground.
That feels like interacting with the other racers.
If they run over it, that's them.
No. Look, ultimately, what's rule number 1?
Don't get caught.
That's rule number 1.
All right.
That's all
All
we
right.
need to know.
Okay.
Bear in mind, the people that organise the race are probably going to be pretty aware of what the ground looks like. So when it comes to rule number 1, not getting caught, maybe don't do something that would be such a obvious and significant change. Like, don't dig a big hole. Because they wouldn't have put a hole in the big middle of the race, you know?
They might have.
Probably
Might not
not.
checked it properly.
I bet they checked it properly. Because it was not only we're racing ours, I think we're racing some other schools too.
Are we?
Racing what? Sorry, I was
We're racing some Never schools, no?
it is this is just within the school, and then the winners of this
Go on to represent the school. Although that might be quite sad, given everything that Calic Yolas has had going on.
Who?
Right, it's just so tired. What's this now?
Did another school, you know, Calic Yolas? They've
Doesn't
had a
interest
terrible time of it. And Henry's been sent there, so, you know.
Oh, gods. Maybe we get to see Henry.
Do you know what? I think probably what they won't do is go, why don't we take you to your old school for a big race day when tensions are really high? They probably won't do that.
I don't know. I think I think Hiraeth has just been like, when he's not speaking, he's just been like watching the conversation happen, and just like uh, after the like fucking month that we've had, just sort of sits there and just in a little bit of a lull in the conversation, just says, "I love you guys."
Hiraeth's the guy in that room in that meme, and it's just like, they don't even know I have 8 levels of corruption. And it's just standing by himself with a drink in the corner of the room.
I don't know. I can't ever go home again.
I think it's big hugs all round, and some much needed sleep for Hiraeth.
I am gonna go to bed because I've been up for 48 hours now.
Yeah. I think
Remember-
Agatha comes over when you say that and like clinks your glass, but then just takes it from you and like in a kind of go on.
Yeah.
Hiraeth, remember, you can't pour from an empty cup.
I think Hiraeth turns around and says, "I don't know what that means," and then closes his door.
Cool. You all go to sleep.
Hiraeth's been kidnapped.
You get a voice in your head. Oh no, somebody's gone. The Fae have taken them. No. Agatha,
Yeah.
you have a dream.
Oh shit.
You are in the Apennine, as it was. And in front of you, like all those months ago, is the form of Abathol Gable Agvi. He looks to you and he slowly, carefully, and purposefully steps forward and kneels before you. Agatha, I am so sorry. I heard what my daughter did. How is your family?
They're alive.
I
But
don't know what to say.
they're alive thanks to my friend. We can all just move on from this.
I don't know how she didn't get word. I don't know how she didn't know. We're all trying to put the pieces together.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Did Isolde know you were alive?
I don't know. The story is that the message was sent.
Okay.
It's hard to know if she got the message.
Yeah. You're also really powerful. That's scary. But it kind of makes it hard to believe that one message didn't get through.
Someone should have known that they had left the Feywild. Someone should have known that.
Yeah.
Was well, I wanted you to hear it from me that I am so sad. I'm so sad that this happened to you and your family. I'm sad that she went so far astray. Sad I'll never see her again.
Great, you'll never see her again.
Well, it's unlikely.
I don't want that to happen.
You're very kind and very forgiving, but she killed your family.
Yeah. She killed my family because she thought she'd never get to see you again. And I get that. I wanted to hurt her real bad. But I didn't want you to never see your daughter again.
How it shakes out, but
and like, I know I can't do anything, but it'd be nice if this was all resolved without any casualties, you know?
yes, but she knew better. You know, the revenge is not uncommon over here, but within the noble families, we are passionate people, we are powerful people, but it is not us to, I don't even need to say it, when it's not our way to do this to people who can't defend themselves. And moreover, I feel extremely guilty for making jokes about gifting you with powers. I didn't know that she was doing that to humans as we were talking.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was smart enough to not take you up on that offer. Maybe they shouldn't have either. How is being home? Tell me some good news, please.
Well, it's a new season, a season that is full of meditation and contemplation, and it's a very beautiful time in the Feywild.
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah.
I'll leave you to sleep, but
yeah.
I am sorry.
Well, like check in and stuff. It's nice to know. You know, you're okay, I guess.
He stands up straight, looks around at where this meeting place is, like he hadn't even kind of noticed before, and blinks out.
Oh, bye.
Right, next day. Moving on. Let's get out of this music into something a little bit more...
A little jazzier.
Jaunty.
I'm trying. I've only got last week's music. Let's see if I've got something more jaunty.
I'm just going to put my own music on for my own mood, whilst the rest of the mood is...
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. When I was a young boy, my father, he got sent to material plane because my uncle... Blah.
Technical term for it.
Where's that? You know, we'll stick with this for the time being, because I don't want to scroll through Ivan Dutch's like 500 discography, try and find something. So, some things that happen the next day. In no particular order. Nevma takes Agatha into town to the Undercover Cow, which is the butcher's where she gets her spinal fluid. And
nice.
you meet the person who runs it, who is another bugbear called Turnip Chop. Thank you to the internet for helping me with names today.
Turnip Chop, the bugbear. Oh my
Yes,
god, I love it.
Bugbear.
it's just another emperor. This place is like immaculately clean.
Oh.
Immaculately clean. And when you go in, he sees Nevma and is immediately like, is it time again? Is it time again? Okay, let me go and and starts bringing out bottles in cases. And
Is he all right? Like, he seems really...
Yeah, he's like scared though. I keep trying to tell him, I'm not going to kill you. And it seems to make him more scared every time I say it.
All right, okay. When he comes back out, I'm like, I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it works somehow. It's like even just bringing it up, like whether or not we're going to kill him, like seems to scare him more. Fanny, no. Sorry. 1 second.
Where's my spine juice?
The cats have been like queuing for cuddles. It's been really an odd experience. They've been really wanting a hug, and then he just decided he wanted to eat that plant that's up on the top. So anyway,
yes.
What you get from this encounter is he gets like his meat, he gets his produce from an abattoir that's outside the city. And when he met Pluto last year, he started asking that abattoir to bring that spinal fluid, to bring the other parts of the animal as well. And he's not been charging because he doesn't, it's kind of like what the cost of it for him is that his abattoir is like, what are you up to?
Right, yeah.
He's it's the cost of the relationship to the people at the abattoir. And he just asks, like, he's not charging, but he is asking that you bring back the bottles so that he can like clean them and reuse them. The options are, you got fawn, you got poultry, you've got pig, that is Pluto and Nevma's favorite.
Okay.
You've got some cow, even. You've got buffalo. And this week, there's also a small batch of crocodile.
Oh shit! What's crocodile taste like? All right. Can I have one of everything? Like, yeah. I'm new to this, so I'm like,
I'm not going to keep any of this.
Wait, also, I have questions. Wait, and I'm like looking to Nevma and Turnip as well. Like, you said Pluto came to you like a year ago, or like over a year ago.
I don't know.
No, it's fine. Relax. It's fine. I'm just asking you a question.
Whatever you want.
All right. I just want the answer. Look,
Is Pluto a vampire or just a freak? Because this feels like
news. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, Nevma, is Pluto like same as us, or like does he
He's
just
not exactly the same as us? No.
Just a weirdo. Like, he just likes drinking it. Is he a full vampire?
I don't. No, he's not full. He's. Pluto was.
Come on.
Pluto is part. His heritage is extremely complicated.
Right. Okay.
Because his father is a fire genasi.
Okay.
And his mother has both undead and celestial heritage. So he has all of these heritages within him. Elf,
no wonder he's so
fire genasi, Damphir, and Asima. It's a good soup.
That's good soup, but like, no wonder he's so like.
is intense. That's where all that
it's-
fucking intensity comes from, you know?
God, it's like too much. Like,
It's too much. Exactly. That's what I say to him. It's like you got a lot to contend with. Even if you just take the like celestial undead thing, like his mother's got. I really want to see what his mother's like, because
Yeah.
that's got to be like massive.
yeah, that's gonna be cool. But like he's like what we are, but just like it's like
A little
20%.
bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh my god, we have a little like campfire club.
Yeah. Well, it's the finally we've got a gang.
This
Let's
is our gang.
like handshake, you know?
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay.
I knew you'd make it dorky immediately.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, half the reason, well, not half the reason, but when I was a bit, I know I thought I'd be really cool because then I'd be like kind of cool like you are, and it's just, you know, my fangs like they poke out a little bit, and
You want to get braces?
do I need braces?
Is this where you
can't.
tell us that your fangs actually go out like this?
No, I imagine she has like an ever so slight overbite kind of thing. Like they just like are constantly poking out just a tiny bit. Yeah, I don't
Perfect. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Your fangs will get longer if you want, you know, you're going to grow into things will change and adapt over time.
All right. Okay.
You can file them down if you want, but like who wants to do that?
That feels horrid. Why would anyone do that? Wait, does Pluto have fangs? Like flashback to every conversation she's having.
You think about how you've actually never seen his teeth at all, because when he speaks he doesn't really enunciate.
Yeah, or he just goes
yeah. Yeah, really old vampire just has like, you know, when you see the Guinness Book of Records of people who've grown their fingernails, it's like that with the teeth.
Horrid.
Horrible. Yeah, so you now have you have this contact, so you can do, you know, you can go in and make friends with Turnip.
I'm gonna be
Undercover cow.
Undercover cow to get spinal fluid. All right, how much do we pay Turnip?
I have it. You have it. I don't know.
Okay. Right, we need to have a web tour, because you can't go around just terrifying everyone like this poor bugbear.
Yeah. I'm not going to. Are you going to tell Pluto what to do? I'm not telling Pluto what to do.
No, and there's a chance Kai's going to get cut off, so I need all the money I can get, actually. So, all right, thanks, Turnip. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you.
Cool. What else happens on this day? Because after this day, we're going to move into some downtime. Hiraeth, on this day, you sign accords. The Emperor is leaving. Lady Morlowen stays for a little bit longer to help with the signing of stuff and making sure everything's fine. Yeah, and she is like, you already said that you would have like a dinner together to like talk things over.
Take her to the vampire place.
Really difficult to get tickets that place.
It's difficult because Hiraeth keeps buying tickets. Everyone keeps seeing Hiraeth go in there into a dark room, and everyone's like, "Oh, I bet it's so cool in there." And then everyone else there goes there once, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" Like gradually, Hiraeth's reputation is declining by the amount of people who follow him into this restaurant.
Hiraeth's just sat there with like a blood red bib on, just going, "Okay, I'm ready for my borscht." He knows all of the songs that they all sing as they bring it out.
Hiraeth's a 30-year-old man in Chuck E. Cheese, and he's just having a
fully
great
Chuck E.
time.
Cheesing it.
yeah, you take Lady May Morlowen to the vampire restaurant.
I'm so sorry. I say it's my birthday every single time so that they bring out the blood cake. It's so good.
This
It's
is
fun.
this is fun. The fact that this is the kind of food that you've been eating it is no surprise to me that you are really struggling. This is batch food is I mean this is so how are you feeling about everything?
Um, yeah, fine. It's it kills many birds with one stone. You know?
You did a really good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, it is a big sacrifice. I'm not gonna try and paint it any other way. It is you are gonna miss home. But I know there are many people here, and I know that there are many people in the Feywild who wanted to strengthen the connection. And what you did in one foul swoop is prevent any ugliness and strengthen our friendships with them.
I hope so. I mean, look, it's what I've learned in this time that I've been here is the people here are great, by and large. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. And I wish that more of our people saw it that way. I am sorry that I took us here.
No, I mean, it has music. Maybe we can dance later. It has wine.
That it does. That it does. And hey, I mean, look, I hope that you will help me to get acquainted with Grandpa Lee when term is over.
Yeah.
I was only there for a very short time.
Oh, you've been? Great.
Tiny little bit. Something, yeah. But yeah, I would like to see more of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming up to the season, so that's always kind of crazy, but yeah.
What is the season? Everyone says season.
The season it's like they have a time of year when all the single noble people come together and match up.
Huh. Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's I mean, we'll just be present for it, but it is also a lot of fun, and there's like a tension in the palace where it's like everybody is it's just fun. It's fun to watch them squirm, and it's fun to see who gets together with who, and you just never know who you'll meet.
Oh, you say that like you have experience.
I do. It was a long time ago, but I did meet somebody. Yeah.
Huh.
They've gone now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You stay with them for their lifespan, and then they're gone.
That is, yeah. Sorry, that's yeah.
Do you have experience with mortals?
Very brief. But she has gone now too.
Oh, she died? God, you've not been here very long.
No. That's not what I meant. Sorry, that's actually incredibly insensitive, and I apologize.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, though, if you've been here for, 4 months, and you've already you're already a widower, then that's
Yeah, that's
past work.
yeah. No, it's not. God. Yeah. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Love. Let's do that.
She was a young 300 and she died 3 months after I met her.
Yeah, you have a nice evening. I don't know. You tell me what kind of things you might talk about.
Yeah, I think we just chat about being here as Faye. We talk about the sort of I think I would ask about the kind of the role that she plays and the role that the Emperor might want us to play, like what might want me to play, and sort of like any information she has about that, and whether she thinks that, you know, Hiraeth didn't read the fucking record.
Of course he didn't.
It doesn't. It just tracks. And whether there would be any kind of
So what did
form
it say?
of like sort of popping back and forth, not popping back and forth, but like any kind of ability to speak to whether she thinks that the Emperor will be wanting me as kind of captive or as friend of the Empire.
Oh, okay. So she's read the Accord
Yeah.
several times over and meticulously gone through it, and in fact did a fair amount of work on your behalf to like the small print.
Yeah.
You're gonna have rooms at the palace, like a suite of rooms, and you will live in Grand Paili. You can continue your education because it sort of seems stupid to go no more of that.
Yeah.
But if you want to travel outside of that stuff, you have to go through a bunch of bureaucracy through the palace. You can't leave this plane of existence ever.
Yeah.
You can keep your communication stone, but her kind of like hinting, roll insight. Stop giving him everything. Roll insight.
Yeah. Sorry. Just writing notes. He's writing notes.
Writing notes.
That's a fucking
in the penultimate session, he's making notes.
23.
What she's hinting at here is, at first, Julian II might have to do a bit of like, this fucking guy in public, but you essentially are going to be like a kind of a companion. Like, he's not going to be bad. He's not going to humiliate you constantly. You'll become part of that like whole system up there of family-ish, you know.
Court jester.
The court jester. And as long as you play by the rules, you'll probably have actually a really good life there. They're not going to prevent you from growing stronger, your power. Like they're not going to like stop you from becoming a stronger paladin. Ooh, your powers though.
Ooh, your powers.
Ooh, your oath.
Your powers.
Oh,
sorry, I felt like that.
But he's still protecting the crown, right?
Our crown.
So you could happily be a level 20 paladin, but that people are going to keep an eye on you. You know, you're going to live in the palace as a famous person, so there's always going to be eyes on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that will continue until you die. which will be, you know, a really, really long time in the future because you are technically immortal. Yeah.
Cool.
She, you know, she tells you a little bit about what it's like there. She's been there, you know, for a while.
Yeah.
As she said before, she stayed there. She came in the reign of Julian I before the war.
Holy shit.
Through the war, and is still here. So she's been here for quite a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's
persuasion, because you are chatting through the evening, and I feel like if we were RPing this stuff would.
Sorry, that was really loud. 19. That was an 11 on the dice.
Okay. As the night wears on, the promise of her story to you after a bottle of wine, you know, that's what she said last time, is we'll have to open a bottle of wine for that story to come out.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to find this. Oh yes, here we go. House Morlowen was a noble house of the Dusk province. Never royal, but noble. And her parents fell into disgrace when her father would not marry a princess of Dusk. The Lord of Dusk tried to arrange publicly, said, you may marry my daughter, and instead did the very thing that like Ewan has just done, which is run to the font for approval with a noble woman from Dawn. And they got approval from the font, couldn't be argued. And so they didn't do anything illegal. Nothing, you know, there's no kind of punishment to be had. But the fallout of that was that they fell massively out of favor. And because the Lord was kind of humiliated by us, and so was the daughter a little bit, and so they basically had no influence whatsoever. And so when they realized that their daughter was never going, the one child that they had was never really going to be able to marry well or like, you know, do anything significant with their life because they were in bad favor, they pulled out everything they could to get her this job as a diplomat somewhere else so that she wouldn't live under a dark cloud.
Wow.
And it was heartbreaking for her because she loves Dusk Court. She loves Dawn Court. She is very fey. And she can go backwards and forwards because she has to take things there. You know, she has movement, but she'll be forever clipped, and she could have been powerful. And she, you know, this job is complicated. It's one of many diplomatic spots dotted around the material plane. You know, there's one in all the different continents. You know, but it was a huge and heartbreaking decision, and she grasped this job with both hands. It meant, you know, and she did marry a mortal and lived with them very, very happily for their lifespan. And that person, that woman died a few decades ago, and now she just works and works.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Well, hey, here's to passing the eons with a friend.
She cheerses. Cool. Very important thing that happens that day. A man and a woman come to the Apennine. I don't know whether that would happen when Agatha is there or if Agatha would meet them later on. They are tall, they are fey, they are
Norris,
clipped.
Llewellyn, Bowen.
Let's get this MDF going. Dark brown skin, green hair. They introduce themselves as Clark and Betty or Luno. They are the royal architects. They are husband and wife. They have come together and they're going to send back for laborers once they know what they're going to do, how many people they'll need, what materials they're going to need, all of that kind of stuff.
Richard and Kirsty, eat your heart out.
They like step through the ruins and they're writing like crazy in Sylvan in this like open ledger, and they start to like pitch ideas to Pete and Tracy, who immediately have to explain that the tavern is manned by 2 or 3 people and all the change.
We're thinking 7 micro bars dotted around the space that you can't get in or out.
Essentially, they started off pitching the Trocadero, and then
Wildly specific reference for our US friends.
And then they explain how they could do something where everything is actually automated. But then that makes everyone feel kind of queasy because it's descriptions of machinery and technology that they don't understand.
It's a sushi bar. It's just a yo sushi.
I think that's my mead. It's not.
And what they can immediately agree on is how they're very excited about talking about the living quarters. It's the business side of things that's more complicated. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'd hand over to you and sort of, what do you think Family Fifield are going to like push for?
I'm not sure about what they're going to fight for. Agatha is going around with them, pointing out the kind of details that these people probably don't actually care about, because they're like, it's like, okay, so it would have been easier if the trapdoor was here, because then it like makes it easier to funnel through, and like if we can have space here for glasses, and they're like,
yeah, but where does the Ferrero Rocher pyramid go?
I think there is a lot of bickering between Pete and Tracy, particularly. I think Tracy gets a bit extravagant with it, like, and then like the back room could be like a nice downstairs parlor, so I can like have ladies around who lunch. And Pete's like, right, but you're eating into like tavern space then. Like, no, we don't. This is business,
He's pushing for a third bar, and she's going, I'm trying to fucking retire, Pete. Fuck.
Oh, you know what would be nice? Floor to ceiling aquarium.
Fish Tracy.
Pete wants exposed brickwork and copper piping, and Tracy wants velvet wallpaper.
Yeah. And there's a moment where Agatha is suddenly so relieved about Mel and her plans to wed Ewan, because suddenly I feel like Mel doesn't care, because she's like, I'm not living here, I'm going to be like a princess from a magical place, because she would have been a nightmare. So I think Agatha suggests, like, why don't they have like a couple of guest rooms, for when we want to stay, but also you could rent them out, like, if needed.
You're starting a fucking inn.
Well, not like a proper inn, but like you have extra money. It's just,
I don't want to turn down beds for people.
You don't have to.
Who's going to do that? Me.
Or you could hire someone. Look, Kai might be out of pocket soon. He might need a job. No, but like, it doesn't have to be like that complicated, It could just be they just stay.
Shane steps forward and goes, we used to have a couple of rooms at our place. I know how to turn a room around.
There you go. Shane knows. So like, maybe we will get your place back, by the way, Shane. We're working on it.
Ooh.
Well, we'll try. We'll try. It's just been a busy month, But if you could, like,
he's got this immediate like, oh my God, that's the biggest thing to happen in my life. And then you're going, yeah, but we're not going to talk about it. And he's like,
I mean, oh, I'm sorry. It's just, oh, I really should have. That was not meant to come out like that. I'm just, everyone's yelling quite loud. You should think about it though. Just think about it, and if Shane can
yeah, I
do that
was
stuff and
talking
teach
about it
stuff.
with my boyfriend about that. Maybe he could come along as well.
You have a boyfriend? Oh my God, why didn't you tell? Mum, Dad, did you know about this?
Yeah, we knew. He stayed one night at the school, but he's gonna stay with him now. He met him here at the Appenny. One night, this big fella came in, someone else, and Shane got on with him like a house on fire. He's staying with Kevin now.
Kevin! Oh my, oh, that's great. All right, then yeah, Kevin
He's
can
an
come.
adventurer. Very, very, not like you guys, but he.
What does that mean?
You'll know when you meet him. You'll know he's a lovely, sweet, soft, massive fella. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, then yeah, okay, great. There you go. If it's, would he want to work here, Shane?
Oh no, he's not going to work here. What I meant was I've been talking to him about Aylford.
Oh, you're going to go back there with your boyfriend?
No. God, would you stop interrupting me? Fucking hell. I was talking to Kevin about trying to get my place back, but he was like, well, I don't really want to do it on my own. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? Throw a tankard at them? And then I was like, though, you need like backup, and I can't really afford to like hire anybody else. And he was like, well, that is difficult because everyone he works with does ask for payment. But if it was him and you guys, that would be perfect.
Can I speak now?
It's your turn now. Do you see how that works once I'm,
All right, Mel. Yeah, we can look into doing that for you. Yeah.
Oh, that would mean the world. I don't even know, I don't know what state it's in at all, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, don't like get your hopes up because we don't know what's there, but we can at least go take a look.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Thank you. Sorry, you were talking about other things. Oh.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Can you just like whatever it is, just get. I think if you get the living quarters done, and if you have a couple of guest rooms, turn, I guess, my room and Mel's room into guest rooms, right?
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Well, not like going, like, so we can like stay there, but if we're ever like not here, you can rent them out if you want like extra money.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think the no hard and fast like thing gets decided upon on this day, but they, Clark and Betty are here.
Clark and Betty.
And they're making plans, and they're talking a lot about essentially making it so that barrels change themselves and that kind of stuff. Cool. Hiraeth.
Fucking hell, yeah.
You, after this day of signing papers, going to the restaurant, and then you stumble back to school.
Yeah.
And your communication stone is flashing.
I close my eyes, take a big deep breath, and activate it.
It is your mother. Long, flowing, powder pink hair, skin of light orangey colors, truly a vision of the sunrise. She wears a gold circlet. Hiraeth, You spoke on my behalf, and you negotiated us out of war. For that, the Feywild thanks you. But this self-imposed exile, you did not speak for me. It was badly done. You've broken my heart. And I don't know that I'll ever be able to forgive you. We will now never again be in each other's company. It will be a wedge between my brother and me, and it is my greatest sorrow. May you find a meaningful life in the material plane. I hope that you find love and you experience the joy of fatherhood. It is important that you know this, because you will never again be a resident of the Feywild, and because you and I will never again be in each other's company, you may never speak on behalf of House Agvi again. And the image flashes away.
I think I take a second and hit record and say, I love you, Mom, and I am sorry. But take heart in one of the best lessons that you have ever taught me. It's not the crown that matters, it's the people. And I think I again just say, I love you. My name, I will always have my name. But you gave me the Agvi spirit. And then I turn it off. And just take a deep breath. And I think, shattered though he is, and with tears running down his face, he feels lighter than he has.
Yeah.
Lighter and heavier all at once than he has for years and years and years. As the first stages of grief start.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go, denial.
Let's go.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, I need to speak to Ewan and fucking his on as well. I'll do that later.
We're going to move into longer downtime stuff now. I mean, the truth is, you don't have that long until the end of term.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's deal with that, because you came, God, I mean, let's look at it. You came back on like the 22nd, no, wait.
I can find it.
22nd, 23rd. And there's maybe 5 more days of that month, and then 5 more days of the term after that. So maybe you've got 10 more days of term.
We came back on the 31st. Yeah.
So all the way up there, numbers are small, so I can't see it, but I trust that you've got it right.
Yeah.
Mounted racing. So you've done practice run a few times. You feel really confident in your actual racing ability. you know already that this race starts descending the mountainside from the school and goes into this like area that is sort of farmland, but is essentially long grasses, and like it's difficult to navigate. Section is sandy, which is absolutely your bag, and where you kind of gain the most speed. Then it gets rockier and more traditionally like Meridian. And then you pass through some low mountains to the final leg, which is the only bit that you have not yet to practice, which is the city streets, because the race finishes at the very center of Solarea at the statue of Julian I.
Fun. You said that very quickly. So, can I, my understanding of it, and also what that means for in a more practical sense. It starts with a mountainous descent. I had it in my head that it was an ascent. So
you start from the stables,
yeah.
and you go like screaming out of
the issue there. The issue there was that like it's if Dilla gains any amount of speed, that's quite painful. So the leather like barding is like akin to a tire. Then after that is like the field with like the long like wild grass. Okay, so
they're like long like reeds. Yeah.
So is what that is like.
Yeah.
Then after that is the sand, which we're fucking golden on. And then it's the rockier terrain, but not like rocks.
Yeah, it goes from rocky to mountainous, and you know, there is an official path that you can go through, which is like the lowest point through all of them, but it does require a lot of up and down.
So Dylan needs the barding, we'll call it that, the tire, during the very first bit and that penultimate piece.
Yeah. Well, and the last bit, because that's in the city.
Yeah, but there's no transition for Dilla between the rocky and mountainous section to the city streets.
Yeah.
There's no pit stop transition required. So the thing that is required is to take the barding off after the first piece. And the people who take the barding off need to fucking beam to the second to last checkpoint.
Yeah.
To put the barding back on.
Yes.
In terms of like what needs to happen in the checkpoints.
Do you know what's just come into my head about? I'm thinking about the map. I sort of made a basic map, but it's not done yet, so I haven't sent it to you. But I will do during the week. They're going to be essentially running from the base of the mountains where the school is on one side to the base of the mountains where the school is on the other side. And I just think about this is the time to build that ramp.
What have I said?
Coming together.
What have I said? Big jump. Okay, but so that's my understanding from. So technically, we could do, if pushed, we only need to do 2 pit stops.
Yes, there are 5 pit stops all in all, but you don't need to use all of them, and they're just like, they're not just an opportunity to change whatever your mount's tack is. It's also an opportunity for you to heal yourself, heal your mount. And also get information from your team members about what else is happening, because you're not going to have a good perspective on the race while you're in it.
But basically, the changeover stuff, there's 2. The rest are optional / like non like tire changes. They're not tire changes. They're like
tire changes. Yeah.
So, like in my head, Hiraeth and someone are doing the first and penultimate one, because Hiraeth can jump onto Gerald after and like cut across the oval, if it's an oval, do you know what I mean? And like race to there. And then it's a case of if
it's Agatha and I, she can haste Gerald and we can both get gone.
True. Because I was going to do Hiraeth and Agatha, Beanbone and Kai, and then Nevma and someone.
So you're essentially, I'll read. I've got some other like facts which I just like to say. Yeah. So the kind of the most singular part of this race that cannot be underestimated is, other than spells for transport, so teleport, levitate, fly, haste, all of those sorts of things, it is encouraged to use everything in your arsenal to win the race. And it's part of what makes this so entertaining.
It's NASCAR, not Formula One. They're shunting.
You are, after all, Arcane University students. Speaking to Chris and other people from the club, you get stories over the years of what to expect. And there is plenty of throwing obstacles in other people's way, offensive spells to throw you from your mount. They have priests, obviously, all along the course, but it slows you down immensely to have that stuff happen. You can't take any of your crew with you on your mount, obviously, because you would just have a cleric on back that would like sort everything out. And the maximum amount the maximum amount of people that you can have in your crew is 7.
Is that including myself?
No.
Sick.
You and 7 people. So that means that you can have some people at any of the pit stops that you want. You could have people at pit stops just in case you like need an emergency pit stop, and you can have people that are dotted around watching or even working on your behalf to sabotage other people or help you in some sort of way. Chris says that one of the biggest deals is that the night before, people go out and set traps on the course, and then other people come and get rid of the traps. And then other people come, put more traps, and then other people come and take those traps away. And it is like kind of like a game of hide and seek. It's kind of like a game of catch the flag. It's like this night of like naughty antics in the dark. What's difficult about it is if you go, you are then going to put yourself at a disadvantage the next day because you haven't had a good night's sleep. Similarly, for your people, if your people go and do it, but if you get someone who's outside of your crew, it's considered bad sportsmanship. People do it, but it's considered bad game because then it's just about how popular you are and how many people you can control into doing stuff for you. But if you can spare people, it's a good idea to have like 1 or 2 people the night before going out and like digging holes, as Agatha was talking about, or like filling in holes madly. Undoing glyphs of that people have put around of delayed like fireball or whatever. So yeah, those are things to very much keep in mind. Is like, this is absolutely about speed, but it's also about how you use what you've learned at this school to do it with flourish and make it a spectacle.
Right. I have a plan.
Cool. I will in the week do my best to like send you the mock-up of the journey. It there will be roles like the race, which is roles for each section to see how fast you do it, but then there'll also be every turn, I think you get the idea of how the mechanics work.
It's all good. I know I've got 7 people. I've got 2 pit stop crews, a saboteur, and a night before crew. And I think Sonny is sleeping that night in the pen with Dilla.
Ooh, to keep him safe. Yeah, that's a really great idea.
It just like no funny business is happening to Dilla or Dilla's tack or any of that stuff.
Yeah,
and I think Sonny's done that enough and is small enough. And like, of all the animals, Dilla's one of the smallest. So like, there's enough space. And I think it's Hiraeth and Agatha being the tack crew, and then it will be Beanbone and Kai, who will be like the restorative, like pit stop crew in between the two, and then Nevma will be saboteur. And then I need to decide on 2 people, because I think my aim for the night before is to take tremendous amount of joy in getting the 2 biggest killjoys I can get a hold of to go and walk the path and just be like, that's cheating.
Don't do that.
just to like really kill their fun, and I think I'm gonna get a lot of fun out.
Yeah. Nice. All right. I really look forward to that. That's going to be a very fun thing to do next week.
It's just, honestly, it's really rude of Cloister Della Tessa getting lost in the...
Tessa.
Yeah, I can't remember all these names.
Delicatessen, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've brought them up, let me speak on them. Unless anyone else has anything else they would like to say.
Sky ship
Yeah,
comes down.
actually,
Coffins with flags laid over.
No,
That's right.
you absolutely get to it. The only thing I would say is, are Isolde and Ewan still about at this point?
I'll tell you. Isolde leaves fairly quickly, fairly soon after. She says goodbye to you. She says thank you for making a move that means that she can trust you. And her whole demeanor around you has changed in an absolutely genuine way, because in a way that actually comes from kind of an innate animal element in both of you. You know, I talked about how when you were children, there was a very pure relationship between all the siblings. And once there is something that clicks into you all where there is no more competition, you're free to go back to something close to that.
Yeah.
And she is freer and easier with you, and with complete sincerity, she tells you that she loves you very much, and she'll see you again, hopefully.
Yeah.
Probably not. And says, you know, that she'll send you anything that you want, anything you miss, you'll get crates and crates and crates of it.
Now she's won. She's really fucking chilled out, isn't she?
Yeah, that's really that's exactly it.
It's the saddest thing about it is it's like this was all that had to happen. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
He was extremely worried that you were going to say that you'd do it and not do anything. She was waiting for you to do something that meant that it was irrefutable, and then she could be your loving sister again.
Yeah.
Ewan, it's a bit more complicated because he knows he needs to leave as soon as possible. But he is not, him and Mel are now not going anywhere without each other. So they get the relevant paperwork together, and Mel goes with him. It's not forever, but they need to have a royal wedding in the Feywild, and then they'll come back to have a wedding in the material plane.
Okay. So I can be there for my brother's wedding.
Yes, of course, yeah. Cool. But the Fey one sort of has to there needs to be a royal wedding first.
Yeah.
And of course, the goodbye is extremely tough because of timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey.
That I actually really imagine that Mel doesn't truly in her heart understand yet. She doesn't get it. She's like, it'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think Agatha's really, really upset.
Yeah. Yeah. Your parents don't really understand it either. But they're just sad. They're like, you better fucking tell us everything about the wedding, and we're gonna have a really big one here as well. We're gonna get out the good stuff for it. Oh, we don't have any good stuff anymore, but yeah, you know what I mean. We'll whole town will come out for it. And they leave, which is, by the way, like teleporting to another place where they can then go to the Feywild. I felt like I just skipped over that quite a lot, but we will talk about it more next week when
Yeah.
we can cover that kind of stuff. The end of term comes, and there's like holiday thoughts abound. I don't know what people's feelings about this is, but both Kai and Nevma put forward that like what they want is for some parents to be brought in for some of the holidays. Like Pete and Tracy don't have a pub to run. So this would be a great time for like Pete and Tracy and Epina and Bort and Viv to, at least for a portion of it, for everyone to like get to know each other and everyone to go on holiday together, and for it to be like an opportunity.
Tracy's gonna love the Bay of Souls.
Well, there's this thing, of course, is that if people were talking about taking Sonny somewhere that he hasn't actually been before, which his parents were like, yes, that's a fucking brilliant idea. And there are some places further out west where like Epina is that none of the Birchwaters have been to before, which have areas that are like very beautiful countryside for taking in the countryside, but also not too out of the way. So there is, there's amenities for spas and stuff like that. People, and it's the weather is good and there's a little bit of coastline. So it is not the completely tailored area that's for resorts, which the Bay of Souls is, but it is like a kind of, it's a bit of a hidden gem that Epina knows about and is like, oh, okay, let's do this. So if people are happy with that, also, there is a thought that maybe a little bit of that time when the parents aren't around to go to the capital, because of course Hiraeth has a new home. And
I haven't told anyone about it yet.
That's true. Do you not?
I don't think so, no.
Well, Kai asks to go to the capital because he wants to do a bit of shopping, wants to do a bit of partying, and he wants to show his city to people. So that is the thinking for the holiday. And I think we can do a little bit of talking about that next time, maybe. We can take a week to like think what that holiday is like, the shopping that might happen. Decatessera return.
That's the one.
During the holidays. They were successfully saved by Koji, and they succeeded in their mission, traveling further south and finding the Kalak-Yolas students. It was an extremely wild adventure. And though a lot of those people were dead when they arrived, they saved about 10 people.
Wow.
And getting those 10 people back to Kalak-Yolas means a lot of things. They got really good rewards from the rich families of the students who got brought back. They also got gifted scholarships for the 2 years at Kalak-Yolas.
A Kalak-Yolas?
Yeah.
That was always the deal.
Yeah.
If you get our students back, your reward from the school for doing their like job for them essentially is scholarships to Kalak-Yolas.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry, I completely missed that.
No, that's it was one of those funny things that happens when somebody went away. So I was giving Nikki, I couldn't remember if stuff happened on screen or not. I think
it might have been an episode where Hiraeth was away. Tom was away.
But yeah, they are now they come back in the holidays to clear out their cloister because they're now students of Kalak-Yolas.
Before they go, do they still technically finish a term here? And if so, do Cole and Onra want to ruin a bunch of Divisia students' evening the night before a big mountain race?
Cole does. Let me tell you about Onra. When they were in the city of Ballymoor, Onra was taken by Fae agents.
Agents.
Fuck. They didn't see them coming. They didn't know they were coming. And she was gone in an instant.
Secret agents.
They obviously sending. They cast sending. God, I'm nervous. They
put out a casting call.
They cast sending to her, and she replied that they should not come after her. She is home with her family and awaiting a hearing about her affair. So that is news for Agatha.
I was having a good time.
And I think with that bombshell, we'll pick it up next week.
Oh my days.
I'm so glad you can't.
Tom, speak to me.
I'm so glad you can't see chat, Lydia.
It's just come and they don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much to our new friends as well who joined the Discord and all sorts of stuff. It's all up on YouTube if you want to come catch up. Also, you can wait a little bit and there's all sorts of sexy new things happening, which is all going to kick off starting the 2nd of July. Who's ready for a speed recap of Charity Week?
Yeah,
Let's
speed
go.
recap while Tom reels.
2nd of July, on the Sunday, straight after our friends Some of the Heroes have finished their Twitch stream, we're going to go into a Wicked Workshop stream. It's where we sit down, we chat about all sorts of TV, film, books, and your favourite pieces of media, and about how you can play them in Dungeons & Dragons. This year, we're talking about the Shrek Cinematic Universe. That's right, we're saying that because we're including Puss in Boots. Woo! Then, that evening, on that Sunday, the 2nd of July, we are going to be doing the first in our recurring monthly streams of the Library of Lives Spent, which is a narrative storytime stream, which is just Lydia in front of the camera narrating a story that she's written. They're incredible, guys. Genuinely. The stories are incredible, and I'm really, really excited for that stream. Monday, the 3rd of July. Is this right? Monday the 3rd is then... Christ, it's completely gone from my head. It's so much stuff. One second. Right, so yeah, Sunday 2nd, Wicked Workshop, then Library of Lives Spent. Monday at 1 p.m, it's the Otome. So Lydia has written an TTRPG Otome that Michelle is going to play through. Then that
game testing this week.
That evening, Tom and Lydia, who after what Lydia's just done to Tom, I'm not sure how that's going to go, are going to be doing a bit of couch co-op, and they're playing a spooky game. As it stands right now, we're thinking Mortuary Assistant, which is very spooky and a little gory. So like we're contemplating. On the Tuesday, which is the 4th, we're doing random crafts and chatting, and then that evening we're doing a 3-part extravaganza quiz show, which will culminate in the law quiz to fight for the title of Law Lord. That Wednesday, Michelle and some friends are doing an art stream, and then Wednesday evening we are going to be launching our brand new D&D campaign, Wards of the Veil. Stay tuned. There's more information about that coming soon.
Yes.
Thursday, our friends at Dice and a Slice and Some of the Heroes are doing a 12-hour D&D stream set in Waterdeep, DM'd by Chris of Some of the Heroes fame. It is a pseudo prequel to our 24-hour stream that's coming afterwards, but it's a self-contained story that does a lot more kind of world building, and if I may say so, Chris is going to run Waterdeep as it should be run, because what Waterdeep is not what it says it is. But that Friday morning, the Friday after that Thursday, we've got a pre-recorded live first showing of our brand new weekly show, Side Quests, which is all pre-recorded. It's going to be up for YouTube, but on Charity Week you can see it. And then at 7 p.m. BST, that's big sexy time, on that Friday, it's our 24-hour stream. It's Always Sunny in Waterdeep. It's going to be insane. We're going to be there in person. And then that Sunday, we're going to have a wrap-up stream. We're going to bring out everything together, and we're going to announce the winners of raffle. We're going to reveal the total of the money raised by the merch that's coming. And yeah, we're going to sort of total up everything, reflect on the week.
No one's going to cry.
No one's going to cry. That's a lie.
No one's
this
crying.
year we're raising money
I can't promise that.
This year we're raising money for Solace, which is an incredible charity that focuses on victims of male violence, mainly women and children, but they are a trans and non-binary inclusive charity. It's wonderful, incredible work, and it has never, ever been more important to lift up other people. This is our opportunity to do something really, really special. And thank you to everyone who is helping out on the prep, and to everyone who's going to be helping out on these streams. It means the world. We wouldn't
really
be able to, like, just on a very specific scale, we would not be able to scale up to the amount we're scaling up if it wasn't for the Dice and Slice and some of the Heroes crew taking a full
100%.
day out of that schedule for us, because that would really crash us hard.
So grateful.
It's all appreciated. We're going to be back next week at 7 p.m. In the meantime, find us at Wicked Game RPG all over, and jump in Discord, and you can all talk about what you're about to see now.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Stay tuned.